budget allocation. Whew, that's a big one. It's a big one. How do you allocate a whole budget? Where's that budget come from? That's one of the biggest things. This is a conversation I love getting into with meeting planners is, there's a budget number. Great, where'd that number come from? Is that the CEO going, I have this number?
Right.
Or is that a real life, hey, we spent this last year?
Yeah.
What's the consideration there?
Lots of pieces go into that. So, we do want to know how the budgets are created, right? And where did that number come from? Because, especially the past, 12, 18 months with inflation and all this volatility and everything, like budgets are just all over the place. And what I would say, sometimes we're told like, hey, we don't have a budget. And I'm like, everybody has a budget, right? And so it helps your partners and your vendors to have some sort of guideline when it comes to budget, because then they can offer you products and services that fit there. And then they can also offer you upgrades or additions that you can consider. But so if you don't have a budget, I would recommend trying to build one based on several different data points, what you've done in the past, how you value production or how you value this experience you want to create, and then bring that topic up to your executive team and say, hey, what's the experience we want to create for our attendees and why are they coming here? And if we all agree we want this amazing experience because this is a big spend, we're doing this once a year, then we do need to allocate dollars to that. We need to allocate a budget that's going to allow us to do that. You can also reach out to, like I said earlier, to different people in the industry and get kind of a temperature read on what pricing is in the market for certain things. So that you can then go to your executive team with some input and say, hey, I got some of this, data from my partners, and this is how the pricing is. We may need to increase our budgets, accordingly if we want to.
Yeah, that's a great point. FMV, or fair market value, is important to look at year after year because it changes dramatically. We came out of COVID and things went up in price. So you have to take that in consideration when you're doing your budget allocation. And then, Gary, like you said, that customer or that attendee experience, can you put a price on that though? And what price do you put on that, right? That's hard to do, but it has to be done.
Yeah. The other side of it is we also understand that budgets fluctuate at customers, right? They're not always going up. Not every single company is like knocking it out of the park every year, and we get that. So, also be very transparent with your partners on where you are as a company. We're still doing this event, but it's been a difficult year for us. We need to taper it down a little bit. Be transparent about that. Be open, don't hide that, because your partners need all the information they can get to give you the best show for whatever you can do. So we love it when everything's going up, but we're real, and we know that that's not always the case.
And that conversation being done early too, even in the RFP process, right? That transparency during that time frame is critical for us.
Yeah, for sure.